My cup.
Hey guys, it's Drunk with Friends, it's your girl V.
And this is Willis.
And we're back for episode 6, season 4. Hey guys, I'm probably going to be talking really monotone. I have a sore throat that's like creeping up on me, so hopefully you hear me. If not, turn me up.
Turn my volume up.
Hey. For all of our new listeners, we are Drunk with Friends. We always start off with a shot. We always end off with a shot. If either one of our phones go off with volume, we have to take a shot as well. We go through a couple topics, give our opinions. Some you may like, some you may not like. Either way, we don't care. We just want you to engage and have a good time. And hopefully we drop some gems and keep you abreast of certain things that's going on and see what you guys think. All right, with that being said, cheers.
Let's take these shots.
Cheers. Yo, this tequila is that we get holding on.
I know we ain't finished this bottle yet. Oh man. Well, I had a little bit of disappointing news this weekend. The Commanders still suck.
Oh, guys.
No matter what name.
I think my voice is about to go out after this one.
No matter what name you add to it, they suck.
Somebody said the Commanders are worse than the Redskins. Oh my god.
Damn.
I was like, yo, y'all got jokes for days, boy.
Facts. And I lost the bet, so.
Yeah, no. Let's go back. So I hit up Mr. Willis over here. Literally like maybe 20 minutes before the game. Because normally he'd be the one to hit me up like, are we doing a bet? Or what we doing? Da-da-da. I was like, let me hit him up this time. Hey, we doing a bet? He was like, what you want to bet? And I was like, man, it could be a bottle, it could be happy hour, it could be money. Right. My man said happy hour. I was like, true. Somebody got money. People would have been like, $40, so they just have a set amount, or a bottle, get a set amount. My man said happy hour. That means he got coins to spare. Something. He got coins to spare, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would definitely be looking forward to that happy hour, if not this week or next week.
I say the next game, you should bet tickets.
Now you see now you going up. No, it's levels to the shit.
No, tickets to the game.
No. I gave you 3 options. All right, so another
you
fun
so
fact.
secure in your Philly team.
I am.
All right then. So
listen, the one last year, guys, when the season opened up last year, me and him were blessed with an opportunity from one of our listeners. They sent us not box seats, but like really, really good seats. And then we had like VIP, like a bar up there. It was a really good experience. Yeah. And I think I was the only Eagles fan.
She was.
In the whole entire section, right? Mm-hmm. And I held it down for all of the Eagles fans, okay? And of course, Washington lost, guys.
Of course.
And they were just mean mugging the shit out of me, right? Mm-hmm. Except for the little black ladies at the end of the thing. They were nice. They was just like, it's all fun and camaraderie. I was like, yeah, until y'all lost.
The old head Gray Bear gang. They was cool.
Yeah. But there was some white people in the front that were salty.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad, because honestly, when Eagles fans get mad, it's black people, we talk shit. We make memes and shit. But when the white Eagles fans get mad, oh my god. They tear shit up.
I wouldn't dare go to an Eagles game.
No, you got to. Why not? If we make that bet, I'm buying for Philly home tickets.
Philly home tickets?
Yep, you heard me.
I wouldn't be allowed in the stadium. Philly fans are racist.
You can come. You won't have to wear all black. Just wear
if I can't wear my jersey.
You didn't even wear the jersey when we was here.
Next time. Them Commander jerseys look nice. That's about it. They still suck.
No, one of them looked like the name just got sold on. I was like, y'all gonna finish sewing it? Anyway, we're not a sports podcast, you guys. But I just want to put out there that I won the bet. That was at first I thought it was gonna be like 21-0 for the longest. I didn't know what was going on. But y'all made it. That's how I made it.
It's alright.
I mean, barely, but the game was over.
Y'all gotta see us again.
We got what?
You gotta see us again.
Yeah, and I don't expect it to be any different. That's how much faith I have. God said, you have faith of a mustard seed. All right, I'm not going there. Anyway, go ahead. You gonna start off, or you want me to start off?
You got yours queued up?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's go.
All right, so let's go ahead and hear this scenario out, you all. Of course, let me go back. My throat's itching. We're going to see how we feel. Do we feel like this lady's in the wrong? Should she chill out? Is she insecure? Let's hear about it. Shout out to the Morning Hustle show. And here we go.
Hey, we're asking for a friend. Beyonce's on the line. What up?
Well, I got a situation. My best friend, she is so jealous. So it's her fiancé. He's very protective of me. as her friend. I know it sounds crazy, but like when I need stuff done around the house, or I got like this repair, flat tire, plumbing issue, whatever, he steps up, and she doesn't like that. So I'm not sure. There's no flirting going on. You know, he's not really, you can just tell he's raised right. Like, he's just a gentleman.
So you're using her man as your handyman?
No, he offers. I feel like he's just being a good guy. So she needs to chill.
No, you need to chill.
Yeah, you might need to, like, go to, like, Angie's List.
But how can I help reassure her and get her to be, not so jealous? Like, she needs
by
to be
never asking him to do anything again.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Find your own handyman.
866-487-8538.
We are the morning hustle.
So, I thought that was very interesting because I'm like, is this lady black?
Right.
Because I have never, in my 33 years of living, ever heard of somebody's partner. Let me finish my statement. Never heard of somebody's partner going above and beyond for their woman's best friend, right? There's a difference in being raised right, and then there's a difference from being raised right and then just doing too much. I'm not going to put this all on the best friend because at the end of the day, she said that he offers, right? But just because someone offers you, just like you go to that work potluck, just because they offer you some of that raised potato salad, don't mean you have to put that shit on your plate.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's half her fault for still, even though he offers, you could say no. And you could say, hey, it's cool. I got my own handyman. I got this, da 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 da. Even if you don't, you can turn it down. And then it's also his fault because it's like, yo, I know you trying to make it seem like you support your partner's best friend, but you my man, not hers.
Yeah, you gotta draw boundaries.
And then just 10% of the fiance's fault. Like, you need to check your man, and you need to check your best friend. Somebody need to be checked. And you the one who holds all the cards to check all the people in the room.
But she said it's platonic. Like, they don't do nothing. He keeps it professional. He never tried anything.
What that mean?
I mean, it's just like, say, it could be a situation where, let's just assume she's a single woman. And, he's just, some southern
that
men.
That would make it worse if she's not, because that means your man ain't shit. And they gotta.
Well, I'm assuming she's single, because why else? Why is he coming over there instead of her man doing it?
That's a very.
I'm assuming.
Uh-huh.
Or she could be in a same-sex relationship. I don't know. But, like, yeah, I agree. Like, he shouldn't be going over there. Draw boundaries.
Yeah, it's definitely boundaries. And then my thing is, like, why did you feel okay to accept my fiance's help? Like, there's once in a blue, like, hey, he changed your brakes. Can you change my once in a blue?
Right.
But all she says, whenever she needs a handyman or someone in the time of emergency, which means you're dependent on my man more than I'm dependent on my man at this point.
But what if his job is like a handyman, literally?
Well, then,
like, literally.
Do you know what that means? That means that she can go through that company and find a
lot of them got side hustles. They'll come over and do
That's fine, and she can go to another handyman.
True. In
that company, or find another handyman. I'm like, it's just a respect thing for me, and I'm very big on respect. Y'all don't even understand. So big on respect.
So I think also it depends on how they met though. Like, were they all in the friend group, like friends together?
It doesn't fucking matter about the beginning. It's about the present. The present is, this is my fiance. Yeah. My fiance. I be damn. It's just weird. I don't think that's weird. We have a business together, right?
Right.
And you was engaged for about what, a year, a little bit, year. I never called you, even though we have a business together. I never call you like, hey.
Yeah.
Even before I became engaged, I never called you like, hey, I have a flat tire. Can you come up?
That's true.
It's just out of respect. I don't even like people hitting up my partner after a certain time. Unless it's an emergency. Because it's like, bro, it's kind of disrespectful that you hitting up my man for what? For what?
So, okay.
And when I say that, I mean like at some obscene type of hour. That's what I mean.
Okay, so at one point, you and your significant other were part of the same friend group. You would get upset that somebody else that's a female, that's part of your friend group, asks him, hey, can you help me with this?
No. See, we're missing a part. We're missing a very key part of this whole thing. Whenever she needs a handyman.
I mean, it could be
or
too
some
much.
in time in emergency. We're not talking about these onesies and twosies because clearly we're in the same. And I actually met my fiance in a huge group of people who commingle, like in a group of friends.
Right.
So I'm not going to be surprised if she's been on our show, Jasmine. We call her Cheeks. If Jasmine like, oh, Shy, can you come over and help me cook these cheesecakes or something, because she knows something that he can do.
Right.
I'm not gonna be surprised. He'll tell me, hey, babe, I'm over to help. I'm all right, bye.
Right, you ain't got that twice.
I'm not. But she's hitting my man up 2-3 times a week.
Sure.
Once every or twice every once. It's becoming a habitual thing that now this
You
is your
get 3 phone calls a year. You get 3 helps a year, maybe 2.
And honestly, knowing how my man is he is a country boy. He be like, oh, I help.
Right.
It's still the fact of, at the end of the day, there's gotta be a cap to that shit.
Yeah.
Like a serious cap of how many times you're calling my man for favors and assistance. Because at the end of the day, you're starting to be literally codependent on my partner.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. Is it insecurity? Is the girl being insecure?
The fiance?
Yeah.
I don't
Because you should trust your man. You should trust your best friend.
Honestly, I don't think it's about insecurity on that one. And that's just me. I could be wrong. Because I've been told I'm insecure in the past. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, respect is respect. My best friend should not be.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't. Like I said, y'all may like it. Y'all may agree. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's not so much an insecurity. It's about a respect thing. If you know this is my partner.
Right.
Why are you overly calling my partner for certain things that you can find someone else to do?
Thanks.
Even if you have to pay for it. That sounds like a personal problem. It has nothing to do with me and mine.
Right. Alright.
I'm just saying. Would you appreciate someone calling your wife to come help with things all the time? Another guy that she know?
I mean, if it's excessive, yeah. I would say so.
That's the whole point. If
it was a 1-off or 2-off, I wouldn't give.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's where the key component, which makes this a bad formula.
Mm-hmm.
Like excessively off, and then even them, as soon as they heard it, they was like, "Yeah, sis, you might want to stop."
Right.
Like off break, it was just like, "What? You keep calling her man? What?
Yeah.
It's excessive.
And you might need to move." Like, why is there something always breaking down?
But my thing is now, here's another angle that no one thought about, is that fact of now you're putting a hinge between you and your best friend.
Yeah.
Your best friend now is looking at you like you ain't shit, and you are not a gold digger, but a home wrecker. You're trying to be a home wrecker.
You trying to take my man?
Trying to take my man, because as much as she may trust her significant other, at the end of the day, you're still taking him from our household, our things, and he's putting you on the same level of emergency as me, and that's not okay. Yeah. If I'm about to be your wife, I should be your one and only priority, unless we have kids. So.
Now, what if your best friend's a guy?
Then that makes it even worse for me.
Really?
I feel like.
I think guys in the next hang out and game together. Like, bro, help me put this sink in. That's some guy. Help me put in this carburetor.
I'm not even gonna say it's even worse, but we're in the era of 2022 when niggas go on YouTube and fix shit themselves.
Yeah, but it's a guy etiquette thing too, because it's like say if your fiance hit me up like, hey, well, let's come over and we're gonna do this modification on this car or this bike. I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, that's some dude stuff.
Yeah, that's different. But no, that's saying, hey, let's work on a project together.
All right,
male bonding versus, hey, I have a flat tire or my
come get me, homie.
I'm sorry. That's
you're right.
It's very suspect.
I tried.
It's very suspect. If the man can't change the tire, that man will call AAA just as easily as he would call another man to come. Like that's.
So to you, it don't matter gender.
It don't matter the gender. I feel like
even if you was in the same-sex relationship and
same-sex relationship.
Yeah. So say you had a girlfriend and then your best friend keep calling your girlfriend to come over there.
Same thing, yeah.
So it doesn't matter to you.
It doesn't matter. It's about the respect of the relationship of the future unity, because it says fiance. You're calling. What if we trying to see venues? What if we out here cake tasting? What if we out here picking to save the dates, and you over here straining it, need your air conditioning, roof leaking? Sis, move.
What's that website? Aunt Eddie's or Aunties or something like that.
Something like that where you can call somebody and find somebody to do your repairs.
Oh man. All right, I got something
next.
All right, so this might be triggering. Trigger warning. You heard of Ion Fix My Life?
I think everyone's heard of.
That's one of my favorite shows.
I thought her name was Avon.
Ivania Transvent is her name, but I was talking about her show.
What? Yeah. I've heard of her.
She lived down the street. She go say hi. She lived down the street from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me go see her.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how much she cost for a session.
Shameless plug. She was just at Bowie last week and greeting the students and coming back and stuff.
First of all, shout out to BSU. It is officially homecoming starting today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be there this weekend. I'll see y'all.
All right, so it was one of her shows on the Oprah Network, and it was a group of men explaining the reason why men pull away from women. Now, I'm gonna play this clip and just let me know what you think, okay?
Alrighty then.
All right, let me see if I can, because stuff be coming up.
That's the excuse of saying he don't got it together.
No, because I'm putting my volume down just in case somebody want to call or ring. All right, ready? Let's go.
Question we all want to know. We all want to know this question. Why don't y'all ever call when you say you're going to call?
Most times it's because we're not interested. If that's the clue.
So say that. Why don't you say that? Why don't you say that? Tell the truth. The truth will set us free.
Because most men do not want to face that reality and say that to the woman. They'd rather just not call and hope she gets the hints.
Well, you know what? Love us, respect us enough to know we can handle your truth.
Sometimes guys don't call because they're scared of rejection back. Throwing it out there.
This is information. Are you guys? Do you all have a fear of rejection?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay. Thank you. That's good to know.
If a girl's showing you that she's interested, and yet you have a fear of rejection, I don't get that.
All right. Now, wait a minute. Let me break it down for you. He offered you his experience, his truth, and we challenged it. We questioned it, and not only questioned it, but questioned it with our attitude. One of the things we have to do is we have to believe that what they tell us is the truth as they know it in the moment. Doesn't mean it can't change. Do you get that? Are you clear that that's what you did? They have a fear of rejection. So sometimes they don't call because of their fear of rejection. That means it doesn't matter what you show him. He's got a fear of being rejected.
That's the big part.
Yep.
The truth in the moment.
Yeah.
Watch out.
In the moment. Yeah. Gotcha.
The mic. Okay. You go ahead and start. It's your topic.
Okay, so
From a male perspective.
From the male perspective, I think what they were trying to say is
No, what they said is what they said. In the moment.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I think a lot of times, even with me, especially when I was dating, like, I guess he's trying to say he's more comfortable, like, ghosting, or he's afraid of rejection. Mm-hmm. But, damn, I don't know.
The first guy, just to recap, the first guy said he doesn't like to turn them down. So what he does is...
He don't want to hurt their feelings.
He don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
So he feels like if they hit him up and he doesn't say anything back, they get the hint.
I don't believe in ghosting though, but I get what you're saying.
Well, I mean, that's not what I'm saying. That's what the man said.
Right.
That's what the first guy said.
Right.
The second guy says the reason why is because of fear of rejection.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Did you find it interesting that the lady just automatically went to, like, I don't understand it.
No. I mean, because at the end of the day, just like we're trying to understand his feelings in the moment, we got to open that two-way street to understand her feelings in the moment. Because if she generally don't understand and she's asking for clarity,
right,
that's the only part I don't agree with you, Ivanka. I agree with the fact that, like, it was like, yeah, we rejected it, or we questioning it, but then we're questioning with an attitude.
She did.
Yeah, she did. But my thing is, I feel like it's healthier if you don't understand something to question, to get clarity, and do it in an appropriate delivery. Right?
Yeah.
If I don't understand why this man is afraid to talk to me, I need to ask why. What or did I get off? Was I too sarcastic? Was I standoffish? Mm-hmm. I'm not questioning his feelings aren't valid. I'm questioning how I came off, because sometimes we women, we got resting bitch face and we don't even know what's on. It's been times people don't know. People are thinking like, oh, she look mean. The whole time she thinking about how she got a hole in her roof. She's just in her mind, Her
best friend won't let her husband come over anymore.
All that shit, So that's what I'm saying. I think that's the only thing I would change in Ivanka's response or my input on that, because if someone doesn't have clarity, and that's what I'm learning right now, if I don't have clarity, I'm asking you questions. And if I don't get the appropriate answers, or let's say this, I'm going to say no, not appropriate answers. Let's say broad answers. Then I'm going to keep on asking for more specific questions so I can understand your view. You can't tell me you don't like something because you don't like something. Why don't you like it? I don't like the way it looks. Okay, well, how does it look? What part of it doesn't?
You need more details.
Yeah, I need more details because obviously the way I'm thinking and the way you're thinking are not aligned. So the only way we can be aligned on the same baseline is if we integrate them.
Okay, I think it's my whole thing is I feel like if you already have a rebuttal before I ended up speaking, you're not really listening to me. Like, I don't think she really took the time to process what he was saying. She already had like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Blah, 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 blah. Instead of just taking what he said. And that's his truth.
Yeah, but that is his truth. Yeah, that is his truth. But my thing is, in that same instance, where, let's say, granted, the attitude, I feel like, is what made it come off that way. Yeah. But if someone would have came up behind her and was like, or before her and said, I don't understand exactly what you mean because, and they formulated their words in a different manner, then would that have been she's disagreeing with him and disregarding his opinion? No, it would have been like, hey, she's inquiring for more information. It's all, and I hate it. It's all about the delivery and how you say things. Like, hey, your shoes are ugly. Or, hey, I really don't like your shoes. Maybe you should try and put on the other pair. You got another pair? That it probably look better with the other pair. I mean, one is a softer blow.
Do you think it's more of like the concept of if you ask me a question and I tell you the answer, is there really a need to question it? Like, if I'm telling you 1 + 1 is 2, don't ask me how did I get 2.
I understand that, but my thing is, so what you're saying is literally, I'm telling you what it is.
Yes, that's my truth. That's what your truth,
right? But my thing is, if you tell me what it is, and then I say okay, and I'm going off what I think you mean, and then for the next situation to arise, you'll be like, I told you this is how it is. I was like, well, this is how I took it.
Right.
Well, why didn't you just ask me for clarity? Now you got another situation redo because the person doesn't have clarity of what you meant.
I think he was very clear of what he meant. That's like you offering me this Truly. And I'm like, nah, that one's nasty. You question like, oh, why is it nasty? Nigga, it's nasty to me. Why do I gotta come back with 50 left? If it's nasty, I don't want it. It's nasty. There's no need for comeback.
I mean, it isn't, but my thing is, I don't think it's as simple as saying, hey.
Fuck. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think it's as simple as saying, hey, this is nasty, because that is a taste preference, right? Versus you telling me exactly, like, from what he said, it was like, sometimes I'm afraid of being rejected too. And you're like, okay, well, what exactly is rejection to you? Like, are we not allowed to have any further dialogue after that? It's just supposed to be, you said something, I'm supposed to take it. And I don't like that.
So you never dated someone and wasn't for you, so you just be like, you know what, I don't think we work well together.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there follow-up questions like, oh,
yes, why? Most definitely. I've had a guy question like, what exactly do you mean we're not working, or what do you? I have one that just came to mind. He literally was like, I was like, yeah, I don't think that we really we want the same things. He was like, well, what exactly do you want? Because what do you think that I want? Because I want you in my life. And I'm like, well, this is where I'm going, and I don't think you're going in the same direction. And that creates a different dialogue. Yeah. Well, what direction were you expecting for us to go? Like, it creates an open, but I feel like that's healthy communication. And I don't think that I feel like it only becomes unhealthy when one person is talking and the other person isn't listening.
Right. Okay.
When the other person wasn't receptive. If he would have been like, oh, I don't feel this way. I feel like that I'm going to get turned down. And this healthy communication. Well, if I'm going to continue to pursue you, then I'm letting you know that I like you. Okay, that gives him a chance to come back. Well, if you like me, well, let's talk about some things that we have. It could be an open, healthy dialogue. Instead of, which I feel like I said for the second woman, hers was snappy, hers was, you know, shut offish. I don't understand that. Of course, that will make a man shut down. Yeah. But if what I learned in my own relationship, the way you approach a situation and how the tone and the delivery that you use it makes a man more susceptible to communicate effectively. Right. Do men like talking all the time about their feelings? No, not at all. Not at all.
About my feelings all the time.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I agree.
But at the end of the day, they can at least say, even though I don't like talking, I said what I said and she heard me. She asked me some questions. I said my part. We both said our part. Ended it on a good note. That's what I consider healthy communication.
When no one's shutting down.
When no one's shutting down, and it's a two-way open street of, hey, this is how I felt. Hey, this is how I felt. I'm not saying what you felt was wrong, but this is how I viewed it. And I'm not saying the way I viewed it was right. You know what I'm saying? That's when you have that open dialogue where no one's right, technically, no one's wrong. We're just understanding each other's views. And that's where I feel like it's not not disapproving, dissing your side.
Or dismissing the
dismissing, not dismissing you. Gotcha. I'm not coming at you like, I know,
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, I heard you. Okay, and now I completely understand. So, and I feel like for anybody relationship, that helps you grow forward with healthy communication, and then how you handle the next situation. Because you're like, oh, he don't like for me to say this, so let me figure out a different way to word this. Or not even at all. You could just let things play out. You know, it's the only way you're going to be able to know the way you should move forward with certain actions is if you learn from past experience. Can't have past experiences if you're just like, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
So let us know what you guys think. I'm going to post a clip. I don't know if y'all noticed, we posted clips now.
Posted clips. You know, we don't fancy or whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just doing that remind me of Cardi B. Cardi B and Akbar are having a big back and forth right now on Twitter. It's very crazy right now. Very entertaining. My little mess of the week. So I got this clip I want to play, and I want to know your opinion.
What?
Women who are more attractive typically come with a little more, I don't want to say baggage. But
time out. Lean into it. Lean into it. You ain't got to tiptoe. Lean into it.
Okay.
There we go.
Is it baggage or is it higher expectations?
No.
Hold on. Let me finish the question. Let me finish the question.
Come on.
Is it baggage or are they higher expectations that at the time the man that is interested in them is not able to deliver on?
That's what it is.
And so that might be baggage that might translate due to a lack of emotional intelligence. Let me finish. That might translate into, due to a lack of emotional intelligence on the male's part, that might translate to baggage
being difficult,
being, never being satisfied, lack of gratitude, keep going. But it could, at the end of the day, truly just be about, hey, I might be a 10. I have expectations that a 10 would have. Yep. And you come in and bring this 5-level energy, and nigga, that don't work.
That's what she said. She said, go back to that 5.
Right.
And play with her. Leave me alone.
Play with your mama, not me.
Exactly. And I was just
shallow. Sometimes those expectations be just a little off. Only because
what's the off expectation?
Just because one man does all these great things for you doesn't skew the whole market for you.
Attractive women come with more baggage. How do we feel about that?
I don't know. More baggage? I don't know. I think you can be attractive and have your shit together, so that doesn't necessarily mean more baggage. And baggage in what way, though, too?
The way she said it was like, she put it in a fact of an example of like, it's not the fact that we have more baggage, it's that we are at a certain level and we expect the man to come up to it. So they're coming up thinking they're going to do the work of 5 and she's doing work of 10. So she's like, yo, if you want to come here. So when I first saw this clip, before I even heard all the way through, I thought that they were saying like attractive women come with baggage as far as like insecurities or like baby daddies or like housing issues or something like that. But that's not the way they went with it.
Right.
They went with it as far as more baggage of like they go-getters. Like they are pushing you to do the most, and the guys are not. At least that's how the women said it, because he didn't get a chance to really explain what he meant.
Right.
But that's how the women are presenting their case, that if you're saying we're more baggage, it's because we're making you do more. So that makes you do more, and you're like, this is more than I can bear. This is a lot more luggage that I wanted to tote around.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with having expectations, and at the end of the day, if that guy or that woman can't meet your expectations, it's time to go, because your expectations are there for a reason, and they're yours, so that you don't let anyone deter you from your expectations. Now, I do think women waver from the expectations. They might want this, and they're like, oh, let me try this. So guys do too. But like, yeah, she's cute, she's crazy as fuck, like things like that. So, yeah, nothing wrong with it having expectations. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's not your cup of tea, then go get you a different cup.
And if he can't meet you, or she can't meet you where you need them, they're not the right person for you.
That's just that. I feel like so many people, in the beginning, they try so much to make things work with people that they don't have time and grade with. I know that sounds really, military-ish, but they put so much towards people who they don't have time and grade with. Man, if y'all only been talking, texting, and maybe do 1 or 2 dates, you don't have to compromise yourself for this person. You see where they at. Honestly, you don't have to see where they're at. You set the tone, and I mean that for a man or a woman, right? You set the tone of what you are alluding. You lit up. Let's say I saw something the other day. It was like, don't match energy. You keep your energy the same, and you attract what comes to your energy, right? And I mean that in the same sense. If you are like, oh, I only eat at 4 or 5 star restaurants because I take myself to the Ritz-Carlton and eat at the bar by myself, and any person who I want to date me is going to take me to that same caliber of restaurants, then that's what the fuck you're looking for. And if the person wants to be on that level or is at that level, boom, first check,
right?
But also, I'm just saying. But if not, then if that person's like, oh, I'm more of a Applebee's, I can cook for you type of work thing. If you choose to therefore compromise on that thing, like this person could be a freaking sous chef, and like a real, what's that joint with Taraji P. Henson and Michael Ealy,
it's a movie?
Yeah, the drawing where there was like 90 days for the Steve Harvey movie.
Oh, something about what men think? What?
Yeah, not
what women think?
No, that wasn't that one.
How to Think Like a Man.
How to Think Like a Man. That's the one. She was top tier. Taraji about to get partner, firm, whatever. She was expecting a man that could wow her with the limos, with the da-da-da-da. And she got somebody who was a third of that, technically, on paper. Right. You know what I'm saying? Attractive as hell, can cook his ass off, no wine, which was something that she loves. Right. And she was like, yo, that's not what I want. She went to Morris Chestnut, who was the same, what she wanted, or so she thought. Oh, right. Until she realized, and I was like, oh, isn't this just great? They both in bed doing proposals, doing whatever. And she's like, it's really, sometimes you don't know what you want. You know what you idealistically what you want, until you have a taste of it, and you're like, this is boring. Yeah. Same old. I wish somebody had something else different going on so we could talk about our days. Different fields, different all that.
I think also is where you at in life, because I feel like there's certain stages, like I think people are like, niggas be willing to build a bitch, and then women are really build a nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely like they, want to like help this person get there, or they see potential in this person, so they work with them. But then also you get to the point in life as you get older, maybe your 30s or 40s or whatever, where like, nah, he already gotta have his shit together. Like, she already gotta have her shit together. So it's where you meet me at where I'm at in life.
That determines what I'm gonna do.
Niggas love a project. Whether it worked out or not.
You stupid. Honestly, I just saw another Ivanka Fix My Life thing of some reality TV show, show star that came to Ivanka Fix My Life, and he was like, why did you marry this person? And she was like, well, I married him because I saw his potential. She was like, so you fell in love with the potential of somebody. No, you should have married them of what they were and what they presented with you right then and there. And now his truth. Facts. You fell in love. She was like, you should have fell in love and married the guy who was building his business. You should not the person that could have possibly been a billionaire. You know, you should have fell with the man that you have a hard-working middle-class man.
Right.
That's what you should have fell in love with, not the futuristic thing. You're supposed to make futuristic goals and y'all work together towards, but the potential, you would disappoint yourself almost every time falling for somebody for the potential of what they would be, because they will take, and I mean this in a two-way street, people will milk you and leech and take everything out of you to build themselves to be better for someone else. Whew. That's a fucking gem. I wish I had a bomb on that one. You would literally build somebody else up from where they met you in life. 3, 4, or 5 years later, it don't work out. And that's because you built them for somebody else.
Yeah. I told you before, I had an ex that tell me that she didn't really want to break up with me because she didn't want another woman benefiting for all the work she did.
And honestly, as a person who has, I feel like I've built niggas ever since I've been alive. Motherfucking builder man. V the builder out this bitch.
V the builder. What's wrong with you, yo?
I'm laughing, but I'm so serious. Especially like the last 2-3 boyfriends I've had in my life. I feel like that's very cocky to say, but I'm so serious. But at the end of the day, I had, especially what I could say from a previous boyfriend, I literally had to stop. And you know about Sunflower Seeds, man. Right. I literally had to stop.
That's what I thought you were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, maybe. I had to stop because at the end of the day, it's only but so much I can pour into somebody. Right. As a woman who's in a relationship with somebody, you support them. Yeah, you can do this, you can do that, but you gotta push yourself to actually apply yourself. I'm not filling out that business plan for you. I'll stay up when you're in the garage doing this and that. I'll come bring you coffee, but I'm not doing the work for you. I'll support you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how partnership goes. But I am not, and I repeat, I am not going to keep on giving it to somebody who doesn't see the future for themselves. That's literally wasting my energy. And I think we've seen it on Instagram or wherever, where you're connected to somebody and they just taking your battery life. And when you get down on low, they done walked off. No, we're not doing that no more. Facts. We're going to be putting back into ourselves as well.
You know, just a side note. So if you missed like Avanya Fix My Life, did I ever tell you about that show Family or Fiancé? It's back for another season. This shit's crazy. You gotta watch it. I love that show. It's kind of like the same premise. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I saw one of them. I know that guy was gay for the record. But anyway, the fiance and the family was trying to tell her. Would you go on a show like that? No.
You wouldn't?
Because I'm gonna choose my family every time.
I mean,
every time.
You're not necessarily choosing over your family, I know, but they give their opinions.
I hold my family.
I wonder who your three would be.
When I say my family, I hold my sister's opinions really to heart. My sisters and my mother. So if it don't rock out with those three, I've stopped talking to people who didn't get along with my mother, because I'm like, as a man, you don't get along with my mother. This is not going to work.
Yeah. Then we have on another show, we're talking about how a man treats his mom. Yeah,
all of that. It's very important. It's very, very important. And at the end of the day, you may not even have to like my mom, but what you're going to fucking do is respect her. And the moment you start talking reckless out your mouth, that's just.
All right. So this is kind of switching gears, but kind of on the same thing. All right. So I got this clip. A man says women give their best selves and prime years to the toxic men. They want a good man when they're damaged goods on the clearance rack. All right. So listen to this. All right.
Wow.
As you get older, that don't mean shit. I don't care how popular you are, how good you look. Looks don't necessarily do it all for me. Like, I need to see you as a whole entire package.
Typically, when you get older, mileage has increased. Kids have increased. Your weight has increased. So you kind of fell out of your prime a bit. When you were in your prime, you were targeting toxicity. And we're not talking about you. We're talking about the average woman. So most women, when they get older, they'll start realizing, okay, this toxic dude that I've been chasing forever is not good for me. Like, I done experienced it. He's cheating all around, you know what I'm saying? He's making me feel like nothing and all this. You know what? I'm going to go try to pursue the man that's actually good for me. But by that time, you done had a kid with this toxic man. Or you done, been stressed out to where you done gained weight. So you're not in your prime no more. And that's typically how it goes. So now you are doing the good man a disservice because they're not getting you at your prime. They're getting you on the clearance rack. And that's what I feel like the problem is.
Woo. Clearance rack. Woo.
First of all, honestly, I get what he's saying. And I'm not saying what he's saying is incorrect. Like you said, it's his view. It's his opinion. We're going to accept it. But my opinion...
the growth.
The growth.
Learn that quick.
My opinion is... I feel like... Honestly, I feel like... It's different. When guys were younger... They was having their whole face, right? They out here, they trying to do this, they trying to do that. While at that time... The girls was looking for relationships. Right. In their young years. So we were not seeing eye to eye.
At all.
So we were fucking with the niggas that were toxic. Because they were hoes, they was doing whatever they want to do. And it's a revolving circle until something clicked. I'm not even going to say age because age is nothing but a number, right? And a sense of maturity clicking in. Something clicked up. The maturity clicking. There's no age bracket for that. Something happened and it's like, you know what? I'm a single mom, or I'm tired of these niggas. I'm going to focus on me, and I'm going to do my thing. Now, does that mean they gain weight? Honestly, the weight could have been a different things. It could have been stress. It could have been just the natural how she's built. She was just young. I mean, none of us age happens, right? So it doesn't have to deal with the pre-existing condition of a fuckboy. No, I'm just, my mom's thick, my aunts are thick, I'm going to be thick. Nigga, I just got older. My metabolism isn't as big, as fluent as when I was 21. I'm fucking 33 now. I gotta fucking walk these 2 miles to get one roll down, okay? But you know what I'm saying? And that's like for a week. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's a good correlation to say that as a blanket statement. You know, it is true. There, some women hold on to these toxic people for so long because they're used to it, and that's a two-way street. Men too, but it's more prominent in women. I'll admit that. But most time when women are done, we've seen the memes. When a woman's fed up, she be in a gym. She be getting 3 degrees. She didn't open up a business. I don't feel like that's the trend as much anymore. Cause niggas, women be like, you know, I'm done. I'm focusing on me.
Yeah, but also there's a flip side too, because there's always there's toxic women, and some men like toxic women.
That part.
Yeah.
Because they still toxic themselves.
I mean, to a certain degree, but I think it was a thing going on back in the day, right? Where like it was this image pushed on us where you want the bad boy, you want the dangerous guy.
Yeah. But that's because it was because they were more experienced and we weren't. So it was like, if I want to lose it to somebody or do it with somebody, I want to be with somebody more experienced that would take care of me versus a virgin or a good guy who probably don't know what he's doing.
But do you think it's like more so like, okay, I think maybe he's going at it where now that these guys fucked you over so many times, now you want to try out the nice guy when you should have tried the nice guy out in the first place.
Very stereotypical. You're like, oh, give the nice guy a try. It's always in the movies, right? The good guy who always sees the girl getting smothered out or lied to. Yeah, like that.
The whole movie.
Yeah, but even in other oh, why is that so funny?
Box of chocolate.
But my thing is like, regardless, it's like it's always a good guy who sees the girl who's bad and she's getting treated bad by the drug dealer or by the football player, whatever. Right. And I just wish she'd give me a chance. Okay, so then when she does do it, then you being dragged to filth for actually giving a good guy a chance and actually knowing your worth to be like, hey, I can be loved by someone good. Yeah. So it's two sides of the same freaking coin. You want to come at me for giving you a chance, and you want to come at me for giving you a chance too late. Bro, do you want the chance or not? I'm trying to have a healthy relationship now. Late or never, at least I'm trying. So you want to put somebody down, they're trying.
Sure. Do you think the cinema that's what's being portrayed on TV and movies help?
Nothing helps.
No, because I think at one point, especially when Baby Boy came out, people wanted that toxic love. They thought that was love. And really, in hindsight, honestly, in my older age, I'm like, yo, them niggas didn't need to be together.
Hell no.
Yeah. But in that moment, when I was in my teens and my 20s watching this movie, I need a chick like that. Because we she don't want to whoop my ass. She don't really love me.
But we've seen that in our community. That's why it was relatable. Right. We've seen it. We seen the aunt and uncle, or Uncle John, who really wasn't married to the aunt, that was there. That was on the couch. May have went to work. May not. Right. But that was that was Uncle John or Uncle whatever. We seen it so we could relate and see what it was about. Right. You know what I'm saying? So Now, though, again, in 2022, we are standing up for ourselves of what we will and will not allow, right?
I agree.
So, I wish everyone has a backstory. Like, you're almost 40, I'm 33, and at this point, it's hard to even find somebody without a child. If you're in the dating pool, it's hard to find somebody without a kid. Which you're gonna be like, oh, you're not a good person or a good match for you because you don't have a kid, because you're not mature enough to possibly, deal with that situation. It's your preference. I get it, but you can't tell somebody they're not compatible with you because they have a child. I think compatibility has to do with, your likes, personality, and how y'all click. It's just your preference of not wanting to deal with someone with a child because you feel like there's a lot of people that co-parent very smoothly and have no. It can be done.
But I also think the older you get, your standards change, because your standards for niggas when you was in your 20s and now that you're in 30s is two different standards.
Yes and no.
Are they the same person?
I mean, as far as looks wise, no. But as far as goals wise, yes. My goal has always been, I don't want to be with nobody who got a record. I don't want to be with no drug dealer, nothing. Because maybe because I knew what I wanted for myself. At that time, I wanted to be a lawyer for the Department of Justice. I wanted to open up a private practice. I wanted to listen. I knew I couldn't achieve that with someone of that caliber.
Oh, you was already thinking like that?
Yeah. Shout out to my sister. Because my sister wanted to be a lawyer, so I wanted to be a lawyer, and I knew there was just certain things when you get polygraph for from seeing TV and stuff. They'd be like, "Do you know anybody?" And I had to snitch, and I'm like, "I'm not gonna be no snitch. I don't want to be associated. I don't want to do nothing." Like, so I had that mentality. Not everyone's the same, but I've been had that mentality. So yeah, it's all about what you wanted, but you do realize that you compromise on the things, right? I can't be like, previous thing, like I said about in my 20s, I don't want to be with nobody with a kid. But then as you get older, you're like, yo, this pool is looking saturated with good men with kids. So I personally now look at it as a commitment thing, as far as, oh, this man takes care of his kids, which means he knows how to take care of someone he cares about.
Right.
And that now becomes as a plus for me. You know what? Especially if that person has a one baby mama. That's even better.
You know what I just thought about? So the flip side of that, what if men give all their good years to hoes and now want to find someone to settle down with?
Nobody wants to.
Exactly. Or they want to settle down for specific reasons, like they're getting older, getting sick, you might have health issues, you want somebody to take it, you don't want to die alone, all this other bullshit. So it goes both ways, to be honest with you.
Honestly, I feel like, and even with men, even at a certain age, you're like, no, I'm tired of these little hoes, don't got no substance, can't cook, can't do nothing but TikTok dances, blah, blah, blah. They're like, yo, when they go over, it's a big wild thing, right? When they go over for the first time when that woman cooked for them, they're like, okay. And you go over their house and you see they got the pillows and the bathroom clean. You're like, okay. They can keep a house clean and food's good. All right. Shoot. She do her thing.
Right.
And at the now it's like, yo, that should be the bare minimum now.
Man,
like before they was accepting hoes that didn't know how to cook. As long as they fucked well, it didn't matter. But now, like you said, when you get older in a different age bracket, it's like, we may not always go out to eat. Like what you want to thaw and what you cooking. It could be simple as the baked chicken and rice and gravy. They could be like, this is the best baked chicken and rice. If it's good, it's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it definitely changed for me over time. Like during my 20s, I was into more looks. Now it's more of like how you are and how you treat people and things like that. I would have
to admit, it's like a 70-30. Like if I got me a strong 7.
A strong 7?
A strong 7,
okay.
Right? A strong 7. And then he treats me right. He helps out with things. He brings his own income. Someone that I can rely on and I can call on when I'm in a
someone you can build with.
Right, someone I can build with. Then I'm fine with my strong 7. I don't need no 9-10 who's never around out here in these streets. Don't know where he coming and going because he don't feel like he got to check in and he don't feel like he got to do this and there's all these other things and all this other list of things he don't feel like is he not yours and he not really. I ain't got time for that. Most of the time, those 7s, they are on the same page as you. Yeah. They're like, yo, I just want to chill in. Well, what show we watching tonight, babe?
Right.
Our show come back this season. I plugging 911 came back last week. I'm about to go watch 911 in a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, shout out to Abbott Elementary. They came back last week.
Yes, they did. Yes, these are the shows.
Cried.
You cried.
It was a tear. It was a tear. You feel bad for her? I know we can't spoil it, but go watch it.
I mean,
tear came. I felt bad. I was like,
now it's about to come out the second episode tomorrow. Yeah, the struggle. But anyway,
and then all right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but anyway, that's all I'm saying. Different goals when you get to different ages, and realize, hey, looks ain't always everything. You know, it matters when you're trying to, produce with somebody else. But
Speaking of looks, where can they look and find us?
They can find us on Google. Google us, baby. We everywhere. Every time I say it now I know it's Tiana Taylor instead of what.
Yeah, we did have to Google that one.
We did have to Google that one. Google Play, Castbox, Alexa, TuneIn, Pandora, iTunes, Apple, obviously. I would say Google. Big one, YouTube. Rate, like, subscribe, share. Yes. I've been putting the links in our stories. I put the hashtags when we post them. Definitely hit the link in our bio so you can see which avenue, Podbean, see
Spotify.
Which spot. Yes, that's Spotify. Anyway, everything's there, not a link. You can always email us at dwfriends@gmail.com if you want to be on the show, and or DM us. Most of the time I answer to you guys within 24 hours if you're serious. And we can go forward. I am definitely excited about what this new season brings. Yep. And hopefully you guys are excited too. We have some things that we're going to be bringing out in the next probably month or so, just in time for the Christmas season. Yep. So hopefully you guys tune in and support, because we got to get this thing on the ball.
Facts.
So with that being said, shots are poured.
Yep.
Cheers. And make sure y'all tune in. Tell somebody.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.